Yes, my name is Stanley Chapman. I was born in Mitchell, Georgia, rural Georgia, in 1954. You probably haven't heard of Mitchell. It's a little small country town. A few years ago, we finally got a traffic light. When you get there, it doesn't say stop, it say whoa, one of those kind of places. Including myself, I have 6 siblings, me is 7. I have 3 brothers and 3 sisters, but all my brothers are now deceased. I'm the only rooster left in my dad's hen house. Okay. I really don't remember when we got the first one, but when I first recognized what a TV was, then there was no color, it was just black and white. I remember how when the picture tube went out, we had to bump it occasionally to get the picture back on. There was no such thing as a remote. We had to get up and turn the dial. When that broke, we had to get a pair of pliers in order to turn the channels. I do recall we only had 2 stations coming out of Augusta, Georgia, which traveled down to Mitchell. I think it was ABC and CBS, Channel 6 and Channel 12. That's all we had. I didn't know we were poor until I got older. My dad was a sharecropper, and Mom basically helped with that as well. Okay? We didn't have much time to do anything. When we finished in the fields and got home, barely any time for television. I remember maybe Gunsmoke, The Lone Ranger, something along those lines. Well, it was kind of funny. We had a neighbor to come by one day. He would stop by one neighbor's house and watch Gunsmoke. Then the next week he'd come by our house and watch. I never understood what this guy meant. He said, Matt Dillon is faster on y'all TV than he is on the neighbor. I said, if he's playing the same thing, how can he pull his gun any faster? But that's what I guess that was a form of entertainment we had, but that was funny to me as a kid. Kenny was assassinated in 1963, if I'm correct. At that time, I was 9 years old. But I really didn't understand politics, but I noticed people and the people on the television, they were crying and stuff. I got teary-eyed myself. I didn't know why, but I was emotionally taken by that. Oh, yeah, no, that's really when it really got intense, and I realized the impact that he had on the civil rights movement. I guess that served as a purpose. His work wasn't in vain, because that really put him on the map after that happened. And it really affected a lot of people in America, not only America, but other countries as a whole. The Vietnam War. Oh boy, I mean, that's the only thing that I could really see on the evening news. Walter Cronkite was I think it was with CBS at the time. He was bringing in the information about Vietnam. I saw all the bombing, the napalms dropping, and the protests. So much was going on. We was hidden with a little bit of everything. The love movement, the hippies, all of that was playing into play at the time. Yet I was a child. I didn't know the impact of what was going on, but I knew this country was not at rest at that time. Yeah. Oh man, that had to be, it was in this, like 60, 89, 70, something. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, it was kind of strange, if you're on the moon and my thing that's, you saw the lunar landing on the moon, and I was saying, you're seeing the astronaut Neil Armstrong, they're out walking on it, my biggest, how could they take a picture of it and see the shadows, where the lights come from? And it played on me. Are they really there or out? Are they somewhere in Nevada someplace? You know, it was kind of like, it took a long time to conceive the idea they're really walking on the moon. Yeah, because that was a big debate among us in high school. Are they really there? Some say yes, some say no. So we had to form our own opinion about whether they really was there or not. Mod Squad. Oh, that was my show. Man, I wanted to be like Clarence Williams, Lincoln Hayes. I mean, I don't know what the cool for me is. Back then, we didn't see people of color on TV. To see this guy doing an acting role like that, and with the big fro, oh man, it was an impact. I lost a girlfriend behind that. My parents were PTA members, and my little girlfriend said, "Come down where I meet you at PTA." I said, "No, I'm staying here and watching Mod Squad." Lost my girl because of that. Sad. Oh, absolutely. Ed Sullivan, Carol Burnett, oh man, Dark Shadows. There were so many at the time, if I can remember. Gomer Pyle, you know. Believe it or not, Gomer Pyle incited me and wanted me to become a soldier. Eventually, in '70, I did become a soldier. Don't ask me why, but there was something about that military discipline and that left, right, left. And I said, I got to be a part of that, yeah. What do you call it? Cable television, satellite. I mean, stuff that's being broadcast now is nothing compared to what I saw in the '60s and early '70s. High definition, being able to change channels without getting out of your seat. It's become more or less, oh man, it's sad to say, but it changed our generation, today's generation completely than it was. Kids don't go outside and play like they once did. And I think that has a lot to do with the way things are today with our children. Because parents of today have put the TV there and let the TV babysit their kids. And this is what they're learning from what they get from the media. I don't think so. Media has changed as far as new broadcasting, I would say. It's hard to tell now with all the dishonesty in the world. Who can you really trust? Who's giving you straight information? You have to do a lot of research now in order to hear from different angles to form your opinion about what's going on in world events. Because I feel people have their own agenda. It's not really for the benefit of the people. That's what I have time to sit down to listen. I try to catch world events, but sometimes I really hate to hear that now because I don't hear anything positive coming out of it. But you know, more or less internet. You read articles there, like I mentioned. I compare what I hear on TV. I might go to CNN. I might go to Fox, ABC, whoever broadcasting, because each one gonna have a different spin or take on the message that they're delivering, even if it's about the same subject. So a person has to study for themselves and get an understanding that works for them. Cartoons wasn't the same anymore when I grew up. And things that they like, I couldn't find any interest. It wasn't like Bugs Bunny, the Flintstones. It was totally different. They're into the Power Rangers and all this kind of stuff, and science fiction. And I didn't have that. The closest I came to science fiction was Star Trek, which I loved, yeah. But I allowed them to enjoy shows that they like. You know, when they were kids, they liked the Barney and all of that, which was good entertainment. And as they grew, their minds developed and began to watch other things. you know, and tried to monitor what they watched. You know, they couldn't watch no explicit stuff, which is available out there now. It was kind of ironic. I had moved back to my hometown in Mitchell, because I was in Nashville. I moved back, and we still, because cable wasn't out in the rural area, so we still had those two channels. It was like 9 o'clock one morning. I got up. My mom and dad had deceased, so I moved back in the house there for a moment. And I turned on the television. I said, wow, what is this, a movie on this time of day? It should have been Phil Donahue or someone who was on around that time. And I saw the plane, and I was thinking it was a movie. And it was a minute before it dawned on me, we were under attack. That was an eye-opening experience. It's a different ball game now. Things are entirely different. So it was a real awakening for America. And it seemed like as time passed, we forget where we came from, what we've been through. We pulled together for a moment. Now we're dividing again. I mean, I can get deep with it, but some of this is not good for the interview. Okay? I don't think so. Then shows had meaning, I thought, in the later years. You had shows where families was together, it wasn't separate, or you see the mom and the dad raising the kid. You look at Leave It to Beaver. How many shows, I think Cosby was the last show that I've seen where you had a family, the nucleus of everybody pulling together, and as a family should be brought up, I would think. Now, mostly everything is comedy. I guess we have to laugh to keep from crying. There are very few shows out there on local channels that bring some good quality movies, shows that you can watch, but very few. But nowadays, I don't have time to really sit and watch TV on that level anymore. '71, 2, 3, somewhere like that. Yeah, because I had Flip Wilson, Richard Pryor show, something I could identify that would make me laugh. Yeah, that was me. I found humor in that and some funny stuff too, you know. Yeah. It's like it woke up something in me that I hadn't seen in years. It was like a dream. Because watching the footage, I said, I remember seeing this, especially it was when they're protesting about the Vietnam War. Oh man, watching the footage of the bombing, when they was, I guess the cameraman that was following the soldiers out there on the field, sending back footage of what it was really like, the agony of war, those kind of things, and civil rights movements going on. The world was really shocked. I don't think anyone knew how to take it or what direction we were going in at the time or what would come of it. So it was something fascinating to go back. I enjoyed it. It intrigued me to go back and find some more footage and see and compare it to the way things are now, to see how things goes around and around again, but with a different flavor now. Oh, absolutely. Most of the decision we make is because of the media. I mean, advertising, they spend big bucks on that. Especially if you're into fashion, foods, whatever it is, automobiles, and pills, and you know what we like, and they appeal to the sexes, makes the mind stimulate, intrigue you to do certain things and to spend. new car that I purchased, because the word was out there, Toyota was it. If you want a reliable car, get the Toyota. So Toyota was my car that I seen advertised. Yeah, Toyota Celica, I had to have it. A lot of the vocal language. That's one thing. And especially a lot of movies, it's there, and you hear, I can go to the mark or anywhere, especially young kids, have no respect. Anything come in their mouth, it comes out, regardless of who they're around. I think it played on the people's senses, the values has changed. The concept of respect for another person, what you do around them. I've seen a lot of that taking place now. It's really sad. Things are done in public. Well, once before, you would hide and do it, okay? But now it is out in the public, and they don't care. No one cares. I wish they could, but the genie's out of the bottle now. Bring back more wholesome shows where family is important, working together, solving problems, working in the community for the good of mankind, and just being of service. Over the years, that's what it taught me.